the story surrounding Caitlyn Clark has evolved far beyond the court. It has become a cultural shift, a power struggle, and perhaps the biggest moment of recalibration the WNBA has ever faced. As Clark continues to shoot from distances that don't even seem real, pulling up confidently from the logo while defenders scramble, it's become clear she's playing a different game. Her range has shattered defensive schemes, infuriated some players, and electrified fans. The spotlight that follows her is massive, unrelenting, and unavoidable. And for many inside the league, that spotlight has become a pressure cooker. Her peers feel the shift. Some embrace it. Others resent it. But no matter how anyone feels, the league keeps orbiting around her. Whether it wants to or not, it's in the middle of this unprecedented rise that rumors began surfacing about Herbert Simon. The billionaire owner of both the Pacers and the Fever. Whispers grew louder, claiming he walked into a high-level meeting and announced something that could transform the entire WNBA hierarchy. The allegations suggested Simon declared the Indiana Fever were officially built around Caitlyn Clark. Not just on paper, not just in theory, but structurally, organizationally, and strategically from the highest office down. If true, it would be one of the most aggressive endorsements a franchise has ever made for a young player. Yet separating truth from speculation is essential. Simon is 90 years old, one of the most seasoned owners in modern sports, and someone who rarely makes impulsive decisions. His life's work includes building a multi-billion-dollar real estate empire and saving the Pacers from collapse. If anyone understands long-term value, it's him. Clark's presence has changed the Fever in ways data alone can't explain. Her arrival instantly resurrected a franchise that had lived outside the national spotlight for years. Suddenly, Indiana became the epicenter of women's basketball. Ticket sales skyrocketed. Arenas filled beyond capacity. National broadcasters scrambled to adjust schedules. Even opposing teams modified their home operations to accommodate the tidal wave of fans pouring in to watch her play. It wasn't hype. It was transformation. And for an owner like Simon, who has spent decades investing in Indianapolis sports, this was validation of every risk he ever took. Yet with that rise came tension. The physicality Clark faced escalated. Veterans tested her mentally and physically. The league grew divided between old guard and new momentum, and some players openly bristled at the attention she received. Against that backdrop, the alleged meeting became a flashpoint. Reports claimed Simon insisted the franchise revolve around Clark's future, her development, and her long-term potential. But as dramatic as that sounds, the truth is more complex. No verified source has confirmed the meeting. No major outlet has reported on it. No executive has spoken publicly. Still, when looking at what the Fever have actually done, it's easy to see why the rumor found traction. Their actions speak louder than any leaked claim. Almost immediately after drafting Clark, the Fever rebuilt their front office. They brought back Kelly Krauskopf, the architect of their glory years. They hired Amber Cox, a respected executive known for operational excellence. They reinstated Stephanie White, a coach deeply connected to Indiana basketball and respected across the league. And then came the biggest indicator of all, a massive $78 million investment into a state-of-the-art practice facility designed to elevate the players, development, and modernize the franchise's infrastructure. These moves weren't subtle. They signaled ambition, direction, and long-term planning. They also aligned almost perfectly with what any franchise would do if it believed it had landed a generational superstar. So even without confirmation of the rumored meeting, the Fever's actions show they're fully committed to Clark's era. The franchise didn't just draft a star. They reorganized their entire blueprint. Meanwhile, Clark's rookie season was anything but easy. Her shooting dazzled audiences, but her body endured the wear and tear of aggressive defense. Constant double teams, and veteran players determined to welcome her into the league with physicality. Injuries piled up until she was eventually sidelined for the season. It was the toughest stretch she had ever experienced, and yet, even without her, the Fever made a deep playoff run, proving they had more than one dimension. Players like Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston, stepped into the spotlight and showcased their own elite abilities. This highlighted something crucial. The Fever's growth wasn't dependent solely on Clark. The coaching staff had built a system that encouraged balance, resilience, and adaptability. But despite all that success, the gravitational pull of Clark's presence remains undeniable. She is the centerpiece around which every conversation, every decision, and every strategy seems to orbit. And for the WNBA, that represents a shift in how franchises might think about building around stars. Historically, the league has tried to present itself as team-first, egalitarian, and collective. But Clark's emergence challenges that model. She is the rare phenomenon whose impact extends beyond basketball. She draws television ratings, sells merchandise, attracts sponsors, ignites debates, and pulls global attention into the WNBA's orbit. If the rumor about Simon's directive were true, it would simply be a verbal confirmation of what the Fever have already demonstrated. They are constructing a future where Clark is the cornerstone, whether that was declared in a dramatic meeting or built quietly through investment and strategic hires doesn't change the reality. The Fever have aligned themselves with Clark's potential, and they are not shy about betting their future on her. For Clark, it means the expectations will only grow. For Stephanie White, it means designing systems that maximize her strengths. For the roster, it means understanding their roles alongside a superstar whose presence changes everything. And for the league, it represents an evolution that may inspire other franchises to rethink how they treat their brightest talents. The truth is simple. Verified or not, the Fever's actions reveal a commitment that goes beyond rumor. They are building something big, structured, and intentional. And Clark sits at the heart of it. Whether this becomes the blueprint for future WNBA teams remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the spotlight isn't fading. It's intensifying. Do you think the Indiana Fever should intentionally build the entire franchise around Caitlyn Clark? Would you commit your organization to one generational player, or should teams keep a balanced approach? Share your thoughts below. And if you want deeper dives into the rising power dynamics, the behind-the-scenes moves, and the evolving landscape of the WNBA, be sure you hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.